It was a time during 1875 when for the first time Alexander got some of the evidences from Harappan civilization at present day Balochistan. Okay, and as it was the period of 1875, okay, he did not made any further excavations. But in 1921, Dayaram Sahni, okay, Dayaram Sahni. Now, Alexander was a foreigner who found out the Harappan site during 1875. But one of the Indian, that is Dharam Sahni, in fact there were two, but the major one is Dharam Sahni. Okay, the Dharam Sahni in 1921 found out that this site is not only just present in today's Pakistan, but it is also some of the evidences, the same evidences which were found in Balochistan, they are also representing some of the aspects that are similar in the Gujarat, Rajasthan as well as Jammu and Kashmir. And that is why he started the overall excavation process. And in this excavation process, he found out that the location started from Sutkagendor, that is present Pakistan, from towards the Alamgir, that is present UP. And when he found on the excavation that it extended from north to south also, right from the Jammu and Kashmir to Maharashtra, to up till Daimabad or Inamgaon. Now this was the evidence that were found during 1921. Now on what basis did Dharam Sahni said this? Now it was a basis of the evidences of archaeological evidence. Okay, now what did he found? He found that, now see, these are the important site. Sutkagendor, okay. After that, Mohenjo-daro, Balakot, Chanudaro. Now see, this is present day boundary. Okay, this is present day boundary. Okay, this is present day boundary. Now during that time, it was complete Indian subcontinent. Now this boundary is after only 1947. That is after the independence of India, right? But when we study IVC or when we study Indus Valley Civilization, we need to study this as the whole region. Okay, and these sites have been repeatedly asked by UPSC preliminary examination. So यहाँ पे Sutkagendor, Dijikot, Mohenjo-daro, Chanudaro, Balakot, fine. After that, Harappa. All this site were from the Pakistan side, okay, and the Indian side, Desalpur, Nageshwar, Kuntasi, Daimabad, Lothal, Surkotada, Dholavira, Kalibangan, okay, Banavali, Rakhigadi, Farmana, Alamgirpur, Bhagwanpura, Ropar, Manda, they were all from the present Indian land. Okay, so majorly 5 to 6 sites were being asked up till the date by UPSC preliminary examination. Okay, so here you need to take into consideration what were the evidences that were found at each of the site. Okay, so before moving towards this, let us first see what did Dharam Sahni got from the sites or got from the excavations. Now, not all sites Dharam Sahni had excavated. Major of the sites Dharam Sahni had excavated, and he found some of the evidences of the coins, some of the evidences of the potteries, inscriptions, through which he got to know that there were some or the another civilization who lived like an urban culture. I'm talking the word urban culture. Urban culture. Okay. He found out that this urban culture consisted of a pure urban planning, and this urban planning was consisting of a systematic grid system. Now, what is meant by grid system? Grid system is a system where the houses are placed in a very good or the squared manner. This is grid system. Like what you see in the present row house colony. In today's row house colony, you have such kind of arrangement. Okay, So these are the houses, okay, these are the houses and these are the roads to pass by. So see what kind of advanced urban planning was being followed before the Common Era. Secondly, he found that there was the potteries, seals and the scripts. Although scripts were not decipherable, but yet he got to the conclusion that there was some or the another language that these people speak or these people were writing. Beyond that, he found out the fortified citadel, that this city is being covered or fortified through some of the walls. They are being provided with some kind of security. And it comes into the evidences that this kind of the fortified city talks about some of the administrative policies that were followed during the Harappan period. Why? Because if city is fortified, if the city is covered by the wall, it talks about the security provision. It talks about the regionalism. Okay, and this was being followed during this period also. Beyond that, he also found that there were underground drainage system. Now, in upcoming session or in upcoming time, we will see by the pictorial representation what were this drainage system likes. Now, in today's date, okay, in today's date, if we try to build our home or if we try to build any kind of building, so that time we first ensure that all of the drainage systems are quite good in nature. So similar kind of a strong or what we call as a quality drainage system was being followed or built up during this period, that is in Indus Valley Civilization. Beyond this, these houses were built from the burnt bricks. They were not built from the mud. Okay, they were firstly built by the burnt bricks. So it talks about the construction sector that was evident during that time. Okay, so these are the evidences which Dharam Sahni got from these sites. Now, beyond this, Dharam Sahni, depending upon the evidences, he categorized the Harappan civilization into major three phases. Okay, right from the early Harappan phase, that is from 3300 to 2600 BC. Okay, here the settlement started. Okay, after that 2600 BC to 1900 BC, they came up till the mature stage. And the late Harappan phase, that is 1900 to 1300 BC, we'll see that there is the beginning of the decline of the Harappan civilization. Now, there are n number of theories. Why did Harappan civilization got on decline? There are some religious theories, there are some scientific theories, there are mythological theories also. Okay, and by the way, this late or the Harappan civilization is also debated to be called as a Saraswati civilization. Now, there are the recent debates being going on. The Harappan civilization shouldn't be called as a Harappan, but it should be remarked as the Saraswati civilization. Now, one side is the Indus Valley civilization with the river Indus, and the second is the river Saraswati. Although in present date we say Saraswati is a mythological river and not the real one. But there are also some of the evidences that are being debated by some of the historians that yes, Saraswati river had been present at the sites of the Harappan civilization, like here, this Hakragagar river, okay, what we call today it as a Hakragagar. This was mythologically called as a Saraswati river. Someone says that the Saraswati river dried up and that is why this civilization died. Someone says that the flood got overloaded in the Indus river and that is why this civilization declined. Some says that there was a climate change effect. There was a change in the climatology or the temperature. Before the Harappan period was too cold and after Harappan it got more humid and hot, and that is why the civilization ended. So there are n number of theories, n number of debates being going around by the historians. In fact, in present date also it is debated that this age or this civilization should be termed as or coined as Saraswati civilization. Okay, now these are always debatable and will remain debate. Okay, you just need to know what are the important phases, how did the Harappan civilization evolve. Okay,